What's the word, y'all? Before I start this video, I just want to address the elephant in the room. So let's just go in and address it. I know, last chapter, I kind of went off on a certain fish person. That scaly, gill-breathing water breeder. I can't believe it, man. Don't want to name any names. And apparently, I rough some fins out there. So to the three, maybe four Jinbei fans out there, I'm gonna say it once again. Your GOAT is doing absolutely nothing. He's doing the same thing as me. Your GOAT might have the worst lines in the recent chapters. Like, for the past 3 chapters, he has been consistently trash at lines. Like, every time he's saying the most obvious thing ever. Let's move on before I get cancelled by the Fishman community. Let's talk about the real meat of this chapter. So, spoilers for chapter 1151. I understand it now. Or I get it now, I don't know. My guy, my girl Emu has been moving mad. And the way Oda be growing her, I don't know, like, he's getting to a point like it's very dangerous. Like, we're at 33 now, but if Oda keeps drawing Emu like that, I might gotta root for Emu, man. Like, but the way she's been moving mad. Like, she's been flipping giants left and right, like she's a Krusty Krab employee. It's also what makes it very terrifying and kind of makes it a problem, because this is kind of OP for Emu's bending powers to just flip anyone she wants. So I'm pretty sure there's gonna be exceptions to the rule. Maybe like the 2 people I'm pretty sure it's gonna be accepted is like Loki, also Saul. Loki because he's the strongest giant there. He went toe to toe with Shanks. Maybe as well he experienced Emu's mind-bending powers before. Remember, with Harold, King Harold. We'll talk about that later. But I'm assuming Emu can't do it to a Yonko level threat, because that would just seem too OP, and also that would just completely erase the point of like the God's Knights trying to recruit Loki. Maybe like Emu's power can't reach Loki, that's why the other God's Knight tried to let him join. So that's also one of the good points to make. Like, maybe Loki is immune somehow because he's too strong, or he has really good hockey. And maybe Saul as well, because he has the will of D, which is kind of the kryptonite to Emu's mind-bending powers. Emu doesn't like the D. Also, let's not boast about it, but Saul is plenty strong. He was a vice admiral back in the day. He survived the Buster Call, so we know he's not a pushover. And I won't be surprised if, Emu sees Saul and he just goes haywire. He's like, that guy has the will of the, everybody kill him. Or I can't touch him because, he has the will of the devil, something like that. Next up, let's talk about Cunningham's hybrid form, which is, I'm on a crossroad here, people. Like, I don't know if I think it's really good, and I don't know if it's like really auralness. A lot of people saying like, oh, plus 30,000 aura because Killingham looks like someone I would bang. But on the other hand, he looks like a gifter, man. This hybrid forms, I don't know what to feel about it, okay? It is one panel, it's one like singular page. So I'm not gonna, boast about my opinion too much. I don't want to tell you guys my opinion yet. I'm reserving that for another chapter. But right now, I just don't know what to feel about it, because he looks exactly like another gifter from Wano. But what's with these tridents, man? Like, I'm just like, is Emu handing out these tridents like it's a participation trophy? Like, get your tridents here. Does every God Knight have a trident? Emu has one. Killingham has one now. Who's next? Like, I might get a trident. Summers can get a trident. Then later on, the way Emu says, oh, had Harold not blundered, in a way that kind of confirms that Emu had a hand on Harold, Harold, Elbaf, and Loki's backstory. Again, this doesn't prove anything. Like, I don't want to say like, oh, Emu possessed Harold, or Emu made a deal with Harold, or vice versa. I'm not gonna assume that, but we know Emu is involved in some way with Harold and Loki's backstory. But it won't stop us from theorizing and like predicting what will happen next. So here's the evidence, okay? We know that Harold stopped something from happening. Maybe when he was possessed by Emu, he killed all the giant friends, all the guards there in the area, and he still has to possess, but then he saw Loki and he was like, oh, strike me down. No, strike me down, or Elbaf would fall to Imu. And that's why like Loki's like, oh, I did kill my father, but I did it to save the world, to save Elbaf. But we're getting the story of whatever happened chapter by chapter. We finally catched up with Luffy's group. Loki and Harujin were fighting over their father's death, and that's what I've been speaking about. And then all of a sudden, Luffy's like, oh, something's falling out of the sky, and it's that fucking rat. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say the R word. That fucking rat. Luffy senses Chopper and Gabon falling down. Chopper uses guard point, which is very disappointing. Like, oh my god, I really made a bet to someone that Chopper will have a flying point in some way in this chapter. It's like, oh, he's gonna use the reindeer Santa Claus form to fly Gabon to safety and to fly other people to safety. And I was wrong. I'm sorry, guys. Chopper uses guard point, and for Mr. Stuart Little over here, he saves Gabon, and he probably treats him and stuff. But then when Luffy and the others went to check on Chopper, Loki receives a call from a very mysterious person, and we seen this person. We didn't see this person before. We heard of this person before. Mosa. Now it's very easy to say and theorize that Loki's talking to someone in Elbaf, but I don't think that's the case, man. I think this is One Piece, but I think whoever Mosa is, or whoever she is, we know Loki referenced a place when talking to Mosa the first time. And he said, oh, I would slaughter every single one of them if you give me the chance. And then later on, he says, oh, you noble soul. Is Mosa in Marijua? Or whoever this person is. I don't know if it's a princess. I don't know if it's a celestial dragon. Is she in Marijua? We know Marijua is currently under attack. So whoever this Mosa is, again, princess or otherwise, I got a theory. I really feel a very strong theory about it, that she's in Marijua. Because, like, let's say her being in Elbaf. Come on, man. Come on. We already seen the Hot Giants. We're gonna see another one? Nah. Loki's into Lola body types. That's all I'm gonna say. I am so sick and tired because I have to talk about Agenda Piece. Spoilers came out, and everybody literally says, oh, Sanji better, Zoro better. Zoro's ass. Sanji's a simp. Zoro doesn't have advanced Conqueror's Haki. Zoro has a lower bounty. Sanji's a simp? They're fighting over this like it's the end of the world. And why can't we just accept that Sanji's better? I'm joking. The main villain is currently attacking Elbaf, and we're talking about who's stronger. They had nothing to do with this chapter, and somehow it became a discussion about, oh, Zoro's better, Sanji's better. Come on. Like, it gets to a point, it really gets to a point. And Oda is literally laughing his ass off when he was writing this chapter. He was like, oh, I'm gonna make them fight over this, bro. I'm gonna say, Scarper's actually number 3. And then it was like, oh, I'm number 2. What does that prove? How did Sanji and Zoro even became part of this conversation? How? Again, I'm gonna make another video about this, like about Agenda Piece and how it just ruined the fandom again. But Chopper is explaining stuff, and then the Haki that was in chapter 1150, everyone felt it, and Luffy says like, oh, Chopper, stop explaining. I know now what's going on. So the way he says it, people assume like, oh, he knows Imu. I think that's the wrong case. I think Luffy's like, oh, I know what's going on. Like, oh, Crocodile, beat Alabasta, so we're under attack, and I gotta protect Elbaf. That's all he has to know. All he had to know is like, once he felt that Haki, he knows what he has to do. He felt the presence of evilness. I'm Joy Boy. I know what to do now. So things are really escalating really fast. So we might get an Imu versus Luffy literally 2 chapters ahead. Who knows again? But please stop the Agenda Piece because it's really getting annoying, okay? Like it. I love you guys. Real one, say it back.